The story of Edward VIII is relatively well known. So he's the king who gave up his throne for the love of the American Wallis Simpson. What people don't know so much about is the younger brother, who didn't want to come to the throne, who was a reluctant king because he had a terrible stammer. And he was forced to become king with a stammer right at the moment when radio had taken off as a mass medium, when England still had 58 countries in its empire, and the Second World War was 3 years away. And who knew that the guy who got him through this inability to speak was this wonderful Australian, this maverick, this laconic Aussie who was a failed Shakespearean actor. He wasn't a doctor, he was self-taught, but he was a genius at speech therapy. And it's this wonderful story of this friendship between these two guys, this very unlikely friendship. And of course, the culture clash between the Australian and the American, the Australian and the English cultures creates huge humour in the film, and it's a very funny movie as a result.
Not an easy thing to approach. There was a lot we didn't know, partly because the royal family don't reveal their inner secrets, and neither should any family need to do that. And also, it's nobody who doesn't suffer from something as debilitating as stammering can really understand it. And then we also we didn't know that much about Lionel Logue. And so there's a big mystery, and a lot we had to create, and it was absolutely fascinating trying to unlock these secrets.
It's a relatively small film, so that meant it was a fairly guerrilla kind of filmmaking experience. We had 9 weeks of shooting, 4 of them with me, and then they gave me a cut-off point. So we were in there with a certain intensity, and we also Tom gave us the facility to have 3 full weeks of very solid rehearsals and script development, which was great.
To see Colin absolutely nail that role, such a difficult role, and I was trepidatious. Would he? Could he? Should he? And yes, he did absolutely brilliantly. And I had written the Logue role for Geoffrey Rush. That was always who I wanted to play the role, and to have him do it and do it so magnificently is a very fulfilling moment.